Have you ever just felt completely wiped out? From trying to manage what someone else thinks or trying to control a situation that's just not in your hands? Well, what if the secret to finding some real, genuine peace was hiding in just two little words? Today, we're going to break down this really powerful idea that's kind of taking 2025 by storm. It's all about getting your energy back and finding your calm. Okay, let's get into it. And listen, when I say taking the world by storm, I'm not kidding. This isn't some little niche idea. The message we're about to unpack has hit home for over 3.6 million readers. That is a huge number of people. It just goes to show you that there's this collective feeling out there, a real hunger for what this theory is offering. So what is this viral idea? That's it. Those are the two words. Let them. This phrase comes from author Mel Robbins, and it's basically the key that unlocks this whole philosophy. I know, it sounds almost too simple, right? Maybe even a little passive, like you're just giving up. But you gotta stick with me here, because the real power is in what these two words help you let go of, and this is the important part, what they help you take back for yourself. All right, so let's move past the catchphrase and really dig into what makes this thing tick. At its heart, the let them theory is all about making a conscious choice, a mental shift away from all the stuff we can't control, and moving our focus back to the one thing we always can, ourselves. Here it is, the core of the whole thing. The let them theory is a mental framework. Think of it like a new software update for your brain. Its main job is to help you loosen your grip on all the things you just can't change. And man, that list is long. We're talking about other people's actions, their feelings, their opinions, their choices, all of it. When you let go of that impossible job, you stop pouring your precious energy down the drain, and instead you get to reclaim it all for yourself. You create the space you need for your own peace. Now, what's so cool about this is that while the phrase let them feels super modern and viral, the idea behind it is, well, it's ancient. This isn't some brand new invention, it's more like a brilliant repackaging of timeless truths. The Stoic philosophers talked all about focusing only on what's in your control. Buddhism has long taught about the importance of non-attachment. And of course, there's the serenity prayer, right? Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. This theory is just a modern, super accessible life hack that plugs us right into that deep well of wisdom. So that kind of begs the question, doesn't it? If this wisdom is so old, why is this specific two-word phrase blowing up right now, in 2025? Why has this become the perfect idea at the perfect time for millions of people? Well, I think the answer is in what we've all been through lately. We're living in a world that just feels depleted. So many of us are still dealing with the fallout from post-pandemic isolation. Our world feels so divided, with all the social and political tension. And on top of all that, we are just getting hammered 24/7 with information overload from our screens. It all adds up to this widespread emotional burnout. People are just tired. They're tired of fighting battles they can't win, and they're looking for a way out. And this isn't just a feeling, it's backed by actual science. This is more than just a nice-sounding mantra. Psychology experts and sources like Verywell Mind tell us that the act of letting go has real psychological benefits. When you stop carrying the emotional weight of other people's stuff, you literally lower the stress hormones in your body. It directly improves your mental health. And this might sound weird, but it can actually make your relationships stronger because you're dealing with people as they actually are, not who you're trying to force them to be. Okay, so we get the what and the why. Now we get to the most important part, the how. How do you actually use this thing in the real world, in your messy, everyday life? Well, it all starts with realizing that let them is only the first half of the story. See, let them is part one. The real magic happens when you add part two, let me. It's a powerful pivot. On one side, you tell yourself, okay, let them control their own actions, their own feelings, their choices. You stop trying to be the director of their movie. You decide, I'm not going to waste my energy on this anymore.
But then right away you pivot. You bring the focus back home and say, now let me control my response. Let me decide where my energy goes. Let me set my boundaries and find my own peace. You see, it's a total transfer of power from the outside world back to you. Okay, let's play this out. Imagine you're at work and a coworker who's clearly having a bad day just snaps at you. Your first instinct is probably to get defensive, right? To snap back. But here's how the theory works. Step 1, the situation happens. Step 2, the let them mantra kicks in. You think to yourself, okay, let them have their bad moment. Let them be stressed. That is not my stress. I don't have to pick that up. You create a little space. Then step 3, the let me pivot. Now, what do I want to do? Let me choose my response. I can answer calmly, I can just walk away, or I can just take a breath and do nothing. You are back in the driver's seat of your own reaction.
The change this brings is so powerful for people that it's becoming, for some, a permanent part of their lives. And I mean that literally. People are actually getting let them tattooed on their bodies. It's like this constant, visible reminder, a mantra right there on their skin, to let go of the chaos and reclaim their peace. It just shows you how deeply this idea of personal freedom resonates. Now, we have to talk about this because it is super important. A quote from Mel Robbins herself makes it clear. This theory has its limits. This is not a free pass for people to treat you badly. Let them absolutely does not apply when someone is crossing your boundaries. It doesn't apply if they're putting you or someone else in danger, and it for sure doesn't apply if they are disrespecting your core values. In those moments, the answer isn't to let them, it's to speak up, to set a boundary, to protect yourself. This theory is for the everyday energy drains, not the fundamental violations of your safety and respect. And that really brings us to the final and maybe the most important point of all this. It is so easy to hear let them and think it means being passive, that it means giving up or just letting people walk all over you. But that could not be more wrong. This is actually an act of radical empowerment. Just think about it like this. Every single time you say let them in your head, you are making an active choice. You are actively taking your focus back from something that doesn't deserve it. And every time you follow it up with let me, you are actively reclaiming your freedom. The freedom to choose how you react, to protect your energy, and to be in charge of your own peace. It's not about letting other people win. It's about choosing not to play their game at all. So when it all comes down to it, it's really about this: your mind, your attention, your energy. It's like valuable real estate. You only have so much of it, and you can spend all your time and resources trying to fix up somebody else's property, worrying about their choices, their mess. Or you can choose to build on your own land. The let them theory is what hands you the keys to your own property. So the only question left is, what are you going to build there?